I wish a pleasant morning one and all, and welcome back to another session of day 2 of our faculty development program. I wish we gain more knowledge and more training today on the second day of our faculty development program. Now I'm pleased to invite Dr. Osman Ahmed Sir, HOD Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Exam Branch Coordinator, Global College of Pharmacy, to introduce our today's resource speaker, Dr. N. Raghavendra Babu Sir, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis from G. Pullareddy Pharmacy College, Hyderabad. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. A pleasant morning. I'm pleased to be here giving a brief profile about our honorary guest for today's session. It is a great honor and privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, Dr. N. Raghavendra Babu Garu, currently working as Associate Professor in Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis at G. Pullareddy College of Pharmacy, Hyderabad. Dr. Raghavendra Babu holds a PhD from Koneru Lakshmaya Education Foundation, Vijayawada, and he has completed his bachelor's and master's from VL College of Pharmacy, Raichur, affiliated with Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore. He is a two-time gold medalist, securing first rank in both e-pharmacy and M-pharmacy. Dr. Babu and I studied our M-pharm from the same college, and I had the privilege of studying in the same college where he studied. I take great pride in highlighting his remarkable journey. With over 15 years of teaching experience, he has mentored 25 postgraduate students and published around 55 research papers in international and national journals. His work has been widely recognized, earning Best Oral Presentation awards at both national and international conferences. Dr. Babu continues to expand his academic horizons, having completed 8 NPTEL and 6 AICTE Atal Faculty Development Programs. He also received 50,000 rupees grant from Pharmacy Council of India for a CPIT training initiative and completed industrial training at Aurobindo Pharmaceuticals in the year 2021. In addition to his academic and research contributions, Dr. Babu has played a significant role in academic and outreach and curriculum development. He served as a course coordinator for the UGC approved certificate course in quality control and quality assurance conducted by University College of Women, Koti, Hyderabad, delivering sessions in both 2021 and 22. Furthermore, he is author of a book, Research Methodologies, published by Valuable Publications, and he has been an invited speaker at several prestigious institutions including JNTU Hyderabad, JNTU Sultanpur, Alami College of Pharmacy, Bangalore, Oxford College, Karnataka, Vishweshwarapura College, and Nagpur College of Pharmacy. With a career marked by academic excellence, research innovations, curriculum, leadership, and passionate mentorship, Dr. N. Raghavendra Babu continues to be a valued contributor to pharmacy education. His presence today is not only an inspiration for me and my colleagues, but also a reminder of heights our college can reach. Please join me in welcoming our beloved guest for esteemed Dr. N. Raghavendra Babu. I request sir to please come and start the session today. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. First of all, I thank the management and principal of Global College of Pharmacy to give an opportunity to convey the seminar and as a resource person to this faculty development program. So the topic of today's program is successful scientific writing and publishing, a step-by-step approach. So first I want to tell you why I have selected this topic. So generally the young faculty, basically they will be very much thorough in their research, they might have completed their research, but struggling to publish a paper. So whenever you have a possibility of attending these type of faculty development programs, you will get a lot of knowledge in writing a journal, and my topic covers what is scientific writing and how you need to write the different parts of paper and how to select a journal. How to select. So not only just you frame a paper and ready to publish, but selection of journal is also very important thing nowadays. lot of predatory journals have come. And what is predatory journal? How many type of predatory journals? How to track the predatory journals? And how to go for a selection of a group journal? We will be getting all these ideas once after completion of this lecture. Thank you. So the contents of this lecture are, what do you mean by scientific writing? And writing a scientific article, so let us see through step-by-step guide. It acts as a step-by-step guide. Complete structure of a research paper. So from title to the end of, not results, to the end of appendices. Appendices is also a part of the research paper. How to write the abstract, introduction, methodology, results, conclusion, references, appendices, and tips in framing the manuscript. What are the basic tips in order to frame the manuscript? Choosing the right journal for publication. How to choose journal, a right journal based upon the scope, based upon the impact factor, based upon the publishers, how you want to choose the journal, and what are predatory journals, how to avoid them. These are the contents which are going to be there in today's lecture. So first, what is scientific writing? Generally, whenever you see scientific writing, it is a technical form. So, technical form of writing, or you can say it is communication to other scientists. So, it's a type of communication to group of audience, to group of scientists. It's a type of communication. So, depending upon specific genre, that is, it may be a general article, it may be a specific poster. Suppose if you want to convey your research work in different seminars, in different scientific programs, it can also be as a poster, a research proposal. For example, you want to write a grant to any UGC, you want to write a grant to AICTE, or you want to write a grant to any of the regulatory bodies. That for that also you can use your research as a research proposal, like it may change such as its purpose, audience, or organization. So, but everything is okay. Everything comes under technical writing. Whatever it is a poster, if it is a paper, if it is a research proposal, if you are attending any scientific lecture, if you are attending any scientific seminar, everything comes under technical writing only, that is called as scientific writing. So, how to start? Generally, there may be a lot of clumsy in the slides, just you can have a glance on this. Every researcher at one point, what generally he stops, generally he will be not having any type of idea. He might have completed his research successfully. You don't know where to start, what to start, where to start, what to start. So at that time, these type of scientific writing programs are more useful, and how to frame a research paper, how to frame a manuscript, how to frame a technical document. Generally, you spend a lot of time on doing your research, you spend a lot of money on doing your research. For example, on an average, pharmaceutical chemistry person without any grants, if he want to complete his PhD program, excluding fee, he requires minimum 4 to 5 lakhs. For spectras, for activity, if you want to go for activity like anti-cancer, anti-tubercular activity, definitely you cannot do in our own institutions. They need to be sent outside. And for spectra, NMR, MAS, IR, C13, all these things you need to provide as a proof for your program. So for that you are spending a lot of money. For example, even myself, I have completed 4 schemes, 10 compounds in each scheme. So for individual compound, I have kept all NMR, MAS, IR, C13. So like that we spend a lot of time. So whenever we are spending some time, spending some money, so you get connected to anything. Emotionally you are connected. Isn't it? So like for example, whenever you are doing your work, so today I have kept a reaction. Once the reaction has been done, so then immediately you send the spectra. By evening you might have got the result of the spectra. You didn't got the compound what you want. So immediately what we get with what you can say tense, or we much depressed, that because of we are emotionally connected to it. So once if you are emotionally connected to anything, so later you work hard for writing and representation. See, some might have excellent research skills, they might have performed their research in excellent way, but they don't have skills in writing a paper. Representation is also very much important nowadays. If you are representing yourself, so it is nothing but you are advertising yourself, isn't it? To your higher growth. That's why the selected this topic, and generally you have a old age called publish or perish. So you just do your work and sit in your college or sit in your home. It's no use. Definitely you need to publish. Then only you can perish. Isn't it? So people need to identify you based upon your publications, based upon your technical rating, based upon your scientific skills. Just if I do the research and sit in the home or sit in the college, it's of no use. Suppose you want to grow in your career, so you need to publish some papers. So whenever you are publishing some papers, you are recognized as some scientist. You are recognized as scientist in your own pharmaceutical area. Like it may be for your doctoral program, it may be for your higher studies, it may be for your incentives, it may be for your personal growth, or it may be for your official growth of the college also. Nowadays, we are going to lot number of accreditations like NAAC, NBA, all these things. Everyone they require, what is the research? What is the research going on? What type of research is going? How many papers you have published? Whether the papers, okay, published. Whether the papers are good papers or whether they are predatory journals. Whether they are in the good publications or not. Everything comes into the screen. So let us start things to do before you write a word. So generally whenever you are putting a word, so background work should be accomplished by time you are at the writing stage, because the background of the research, always you keep in your mind, background of the research. So for example, how I can say, we have done on the work of pyrazole. So pyrazole is separate, basically I am a chemistry person, but I am in analysis department. So pyrazole is different, quinoline is different. So we have used the technique of molecular hybridization. So by molecular hybridization, we have fused those two molecules and identified it as pyrazole quinoline derivatives. Pyrazole quinoline derivatives. Now this is the basic background of the work. Originally pyrazole has, why we selected, why this is background of the work? Originally pyrazole has lot of antitubercular properties, lot of antimicrobial properties, and quinoline, already you know about it, antimalarial, antibacterial, lot of activity has been done on quinolines also. So whenever you fuse these two hybrids, what expectation we might be having? So increase of the activity, so alone itself is having lot of activity. If you combine and generate new hybrid of pyrazole quinoline derivatives, it leads to lot of activity. Unfortunately, we got almost 7 compounds were more active than isoniazid, ethambutol, rifampicin, which are existing excellent antitubercular drugs. And we are also in a way to for the patent also, some work is pending. We are also on the way to publish a patent on that also. So that's why this becomes complete background of the work. This becomes complete background of the work. So background of the work is very much important in order to indicate in your research paper. So that these things, when you will get, whenever you perform an extensive literature survey. See, people generally in PG like that, they generally neglect the literature survey. So just they go to a teacher will do the literature survey and they will give some work to them. It's not like that. So literature survey is helping you lot of work. It helps to fill the gaps of research. Till where the research has been done and what are the gaps and how to fill the gaps. How you can fill the gaps. What are the gaps to be filled in the research work. That's why whenever you are performing any research, extensive literature survey is very much required. Whenever you perform extensive literature survey, you will be coming to know complete detailed studies of that particular work. It is helpful whenever you are reviewing the literature, the important points you can take to the relevant references. So, like, whenever you are doing the literature survey, you need to go for a lot of references. Then, those all references should be included. For example, if you make any review article, more than 100 references are required. More than 100 references. 100 to 200 references also you can give. how to adjust all these references in a scientific research paper? That is through different reference managers. We have various tools like Mendeley, okay, Jabril, different type of reference tools you have where you can organize them in a correct manner. So manually, if you want to type the references, it itself takes days together. So we have a lot of softwares in order to include the references in your scientific research article. That list of references also have noted in the PPT that we can come later whenever we go to the reference section. So this is the general structure of a research paper, how the research paper looks. So like first one is abstract. So may you know when we are going to write the title of the research paper? Title of the research paper should be written at the last. Don't frame the title at the first. Once you complete the paper, then you complete the abstract. Originally the structure looks like this, but preparation of abstract also should be done at the last. Why? Because always the first section you need to write is materials and methods. Not introduction. Not introduction. That means structure of the paper may have first introduction, but whenever you are preparing the scientific article, first always concentrate on materials and methods. Why materials and methods? Because it is easy. You already done it. You have a lot of idea in it. Then go for results in section. Results. So after results, you go for the introduction. So introduction, wherever you want, you can get the introduction. Just framing the introduction in different our manner by using some different what you can say paraphrasing tools, all those things you can write the introduction. At last, frame the abstract. Once you might have written materials and methods, you might have written results and discussion, you might have written the conclusion, then you concentrate on the abstract. So, because abstract is a summary of your research work, I can say, it just, if your research article is 4 to 5 pages, your abstract should have 150 to 200 words. That means you are concising your paper into 150 to 200 words. Every person does not have a lot of time to read complete your research paper. Just by studying the abstract, he decides whether this paper is useful for my work or not, or whether to neglect, or whether to proceed further or not. That's all. Then you prepare the title. Title should be very much catchy. Title should be very much catchy. So suppose you are going to a synthesis. You are a chemistry person. Always without synthesis there is no chemistry paper. If you have performed the synthesis, without synthesis there is no chemistry paper. Synthesis, characterization, molecular docking studies, okay, and anti-drug activity of novel pyrazole quinazolone derivatives. So that means in this, by seeing the title, what the scientist will, what the reader will get an idea. That means there is some synthesis in the work, there is characterization in the work, there is molecular docking study in the work, there is some activity in the work, isn't it? So of this so and so derivatives. So like this, it is very important in order to frame a title. It's very important to write the abstract. Concentrate more on the abstract because abstract is read by a large number of people. Abstracts decides whether the scientist should enter into your paper or not, whether it is useful to him or not. This is how the structure of paper is going to be there. So the main parts of composition are like introduction, body and conclusion. So body means complete literature, methodology, results, conclusion, okay, references, and finally appendices. See, most of us will neglect appendices. So generally if you go for high number of publications, publishers like Springer, Bentham Science, these people always, they give a lot of importance to the supplementary material. Like supplementary material is nothing but your appendices. For example, if you are a chemistry person, you cannot include the image of your spectra in the paper. That should be in the appendices. You cannot include all the molecular docking figures. That should be in the supplementary material. If you cannot include all the activity results. That will be in the supplementary paper. So generally, all the supplementary material, whatever you are providing of your article, should give detailed information of your research work. should give detailed information. Every journal, if you take after, I'm talking about the good impact factor journals and good publishers journals like Springer, Bentham Science, like this. At the end, they will be giving you, at the end of the paper, for supplementary material, follow the so and so link. If you click that link, you will get complete reference, complete supplementary materials. What are all included in your work? What are all the research related to your work? So all these things will be there in the supplementary material. So appendices, we cannot neglect the appendices in a research paper. Appendices is also very much important whenever you are going for the technical writing. So the structure of the research paper generally it includes methodology. So methodology is nothing but that's why I told you that start with methodology always. Start with methodology because you have carried your research work. You are very much aware of your methodology. What methodology you have been used in order to complete your research work. So you always start with methodology. That you are aware of the research methods to study about these topics. You are already aware. So I have done this synthesis, I have done this scheme, I have done these many steps, what are all the reagents I have used, and what is the molecular docking study, what is the target I have selected, what type of target I have selected, and what is the activity. So for activity, what type of organism you have used, whether you have used antitubercular activity, whether you have used anti-cancer activity, what type of activity you have used, everything you have in your mind. So always start with methodology. Then results. So results means generally these are findings of your research paper. Findings of your research. It's not always to get good results. Bad results also you can produce in your research paper. That means the other people will not use those type of methodology. That is also called as research. That is not always I should get high amount of activity, I should get lot amount of activity. It is not like that. Whether it is a bad result, whether it is a good result, you publish it. You publish it in the research paper. Discussion to comment on trends, findings, show your understanding of what your data is suggesting. Suppose, that's what I told you. At point 10, at 10 microgram per ml, streptomycin, isoniazid were said to be active. At 5 microgram per ml, your compounds are said to be active. That indicates that whatever the heterocyclic moieties you have used in your research, in order to combine the two heterocyclic moieties and produce a new hybrid, was very much worth finding. This type of discussion should match to your results. Conclusion, finally you sum up the findings, highlight the significance of the outcome of the study. So what outcome of the study? So for example, at the second position, so always in chemistry we have a rule or whatever it is. Always if you have electronegative atoms like halogens or different electronegative atoms, there will be rise in the activity. Almost in all the structural activity relationship you might have studied the same thing. So at these positions, these type of compounds are going to show more potent activity. And electron releasing groups where they are going to show the activity. These type of things you should include. And another important thing is whether they are satisfied with your molecular docking studies or not. So compare your molecular docking studies with your lab research, synthesis, and give your findings of that particular research. Then reference. The references should list alphabetically all the reference materials either have been cited to text of the report. So, what are all the references you have used? Everything, each and everything you need to include your research paper. So, if you are not able to, suppose you might have used only 2% or 3% of your, work on that particular research paper, you can include it in the thesis. But if you are unable to include it in the references, it's not like no one is going to restrict your number of references in your journal. So you can put number of references, comfortable number of references, what you have been used from those type of references. Appendices, that's what I told you. appendices is very important section. You cannot neglect this appendices because all the spectral data, all the reports, surveys, everything comes under this appendices. That is also part of paper. You cannot neglect it. It is also a part of your research paper where you will be having one link. Through that link you can go to the, it may be not displayed in your research paper because he will not give you more than 6-7 pages. You cannot put all your research. So he will give you a link. Through that link you can go to the what you can say, appendices. So let us come one by one. How to write an abstract? Whenever you are writing an abstract, what are all the things to keep in your mind? It is a descriptive, self-contained, short summary of a larger work. That's what I told. Descriptive, short summary of a larger work. So whenever your work is very large, you make it into a short summary of your work. That is called as your abstract. It differs from introduction because it is more concise. It is in a more concise way. Introduction is not in a concise. Introduction is at least a single page. Introduction is required for more number of articles. It gives a brief overview of the longer work that person is about to read and inform them of all the key information that they should know going to read or not. So once a reader, after reading the abstract, whether it is required, whether this paper is required for me or not, whether I need to go into the paper or not. If it is not required, further you proceed with the next paper. If it is required, keep it aside. This all comes under the literature survey, review of literature. Whenever you are doing the review of literature, people will come to know which type of paper will be used, which type of paper is not used for my research work. The questions that are going to answer your abstract. So why did you do this study or project? Abstract should give you an answer. Abstract should give answer. Why this study has been used? Why this project has been done? What did you do and how? So what type of work you have done and how you have done? What did you find? So what are the results? What did you find from this research work? What do your findings mean? So once you find your results, what does they mean? So all these answers, for all these questions, your abstract should be giving correct answer. Then only your abstract is considered to be an efficient abstract. Whether to enter into a research work or not will be decided by your abstract. How to write introduction? So introduction is first section of the research paper. It is the basic section of the research paper. Suppose the same thing I am telling you have done pyrazole of quinoline derivatives, introduction of pyrazoles, introduction of quinolines, introduction of molecular hybridization approach. Because this is the molecular hybridization approach is a technique which is used to fuse two different heterocyclic derivatives. So you need to do a lot of introduction to it. First, which activity you are performing. So for example, I am performing antitubercular activity. Give the introduction of tuberculosis. Give the introduction of tuberculosis. And what are all the gaps of before research? Like the gaps also should be given in the introduction. And so from the previous literature survey, we found that these are the so and so gaps in the research. So we thought to fill those gaps by using these two heterocyclic moieties in order to produce a novel hybrid moiety. Like if your analysis department. So what type of drug you are using? Introduction of the drug and what are all the published techniques related to the drug. Suppose there were more number of UV visible methods, HPLC methods, HPLC methods, LC-MS methods. So there were no reported methods for liquid chromatography mass spectroscopy technique. So here I am going to do the research on so and so drug, so and so technique. Like this, it should be framed in such a way. So main purpose is brief description of the topic. So majorly you are going to deal with description of the topic. So what topic you have selected and in what way you are going to describe it, that will be the brief description. Statement as why the topic is worth researching or why it could be found interesting. So all in introduction, you need to create interest in your work. So what are all the works has been done by your previous people and what you are going to do. So you need to create some, because introduction is boring. To be frank, I am telling you, in a paper introduction will be very boring. You need to create some interest on the introduction. That's why always people use various number of paraphrasing tools in order to write the introduction in the scientific research articles. So you need to make it in a informative way. You need to make it in a keen, understandable way. Like statement of the research objectives, what are all the different objectives of the research, then statement of the method and scope of the study. What is the major scope of the study of your work? So, and you need, whenever you are selected one particular journal for your publishing, for example, spring publications you have selected, Russian Journal of Chemistry, Russian Journal of Biochemical Chemistry, all these things you have selected. Plus, what is the scope of the journal? So whether that scope is going to match with your research paper or not, that also should be included in the introduction. Overview of the rest of the paper, the remaining overview of the rest of the paper should be included. And literature. So generally, literature review is a project report where various analysis and research made in the field of your interest and the results which have been already published. See, whether you want to go into that particular research or not is decided by the literature side. What is the use? Already one fellow has done interviews, already he completed his research. Then why again? What is the fun in doing again, using those things and going for the activities? You find the new one. You go in a different way. So this literature survey makes you part to your research. How to proceed for your research and what are all the gaps which are going to be identified in the past research and how to overcome those gaps by your research. This is always done in the literature survey. And 4 questions. What is the present state of knowledge regarding the topic under consideration? What is the present state of knowledge? Whenever you look at this particular topic, what is the present knowledge and how are the studies related to the one being proposed? What are the different studies which are going to be proposed? Quality of studies. What type of quality? See, it's not like, don't always again go for predictive journals whenever you are doing literature survey. Go for quality journals. Go for indexed journals. Go for good impact factor journals. And through this literature survey, another thing which information you will get is selection of journal also. Remember, selection of journal. So you might have come across large number of papers whenever you are doing literature survey. Same time you might have come across more number of journal names also. So for that also this literature survey is helpful. In that way also it is helpful. And in this, you have forward chronological search and backward chronological search. Forward chronological search is normal. You just type what are all the related works you are getting and go like that. Backward chronological search is backward. Suppose you have selected in your paper, you have one particular paper. That particular paper is acting as a main paper for you. So, still you are not getting any papers from that particular article. He might have cited lot number of references down. Those papers you open, like that again he might have done number of references. Those papers you go, again in that also he might have cited. So that is called as backward chronological search. This is the beauty of literature survey. If you do proper literature survey, I can assure 100% you can get a lot of knowledge on the research, what is going on and what happened. What happened in the past and what is going on and what you should do. Large number of, what you can say, information you will be getting from the literature survey. And you need to be aware of some important terminology whenever you are going from literature. I think all people have to know about these things. But most of us are not aware for those things, for those people I have given you. International Standard Book Number, that is ISBN, International Standard Serial Number, that is ISSN, Digital Object Identifier, DOI. So every paper will be having one DOI. Without DOI, we cannot publish a research paper. If it is publishing research paper without DOI, 100% it is a pediatric journal. 100% it is a pediatric journal. Universal Decimal Classification Catalog, which is for books. Research Information Services, that is bibliographic information. Next, BibTeX format, that is also for the bibliographic information. This is the important terminology you will come across whenever you are publishing a research paper. How to write methodology. So, but this is a simple, easiest section of complete research paper. Very easy section of your research paper because already you are experienced with the methodology. So, just whatever you have done, it is very easy to project. Isn't it? Whatever you have done. For example, you might have done any one lab in your, whenever you are studying in your DPharm or MPharm, you might have done your lab. Easily you can project that particular, what protocol you have done. Like that, research work also, methodology section will be very much easy in order to project. It describes how your research was conducted. So what are the steps you have taken in order to conduct your research. Information allows readers to check whether the approach is accurate or dependable, and good methodology can help increase the reader's trust in your findings. See, in one of our research work, during our PhD, what we have experienced is, we are getting an anxious. We are getting an anxious. That means we are getting two products. Whenever you need the reaction, whatever the solvent you change, whatever you do, you are getting two products. I am unable to, I have used column chromatography, okay, I have used all things have done, but at least some amount of the other product is going to be coming with this particular product. So for that, we developed one procedure. No solvent, nothing, just taking the solids, two solids we have taken, whatever you want to mix, and just some amount of acid we have taken in mortar and pestle, we tritured it. So upon 1 hour trituration, we got, when we went for TLC, we got a single product. After suffering for 6 months, 8 months, complete procedure itself we have changed. We have got the product. We have got the product. So that is indicating good methodology can help to increase the reader's trust in your findings. We included the same procedure. What is wrong in it? Again, we did not include, we kept solvent, we kept refluxing, all these things we didn't keep. Whatever the procedure we followed, we included the scientific finding. He accepted the paper. He didn't reject the paper. Even though that method is not a valid method, as per our, what you can say, chemist, but we got the product, whatever we have done, we have put in the research paper, he accepted the paper. That's why, interest you need to get interest whenever you are showing your findings. Whenever you are showing your findings. Demonstrate that you are aware of the research methods used to study the topic. So what are all the methods you have been used? Justify the research method and approach you have taken on your study. Explain and justify the method of data collection and analysis. What are all the data collection and analysis, you justify them. And how to write this is, first introduce your methods. What methods you have used? Introduce them. Establish the connection. Methodological connection is very important whenever you are writing methodology. Introduce your instruments. What type of instruments? Generally, we write a section, materials and methods. Experiments used. Okay, chemicals used. Chemicals, including your grade of the chemical, including the manufacturer of the chemical, all things should be included. Discuss the analysis, background information, sampling process, and you also address the limitations of the research in the methodology. How to write the results? So results are nothing but your findings of your research. So nothing wrong with that. Whatever the result you are getting, you represent it. No need to modify the results, whether it is a good result or bad result. You publish it. You publish it. If it is a good result, also you publish. If it is a bad result, also you publish. Because it helps the other person in order to not use that type of methodology in order to go for that particular one. So this is very interesting way. Generally, always people think whether I get good results, definitely I can go for publication. Whether I will get bad results, I should not go for the publication. It's not like that. Whatever the result you are getting, go for the publication. So these are the findings, conclusions derived from systematic investigation or study conducted to answer specific questions or hypotheses. What type of questions you might have given in your introduction? what you have planned. Further, you are going to give your answer through the form of result. The results include various forms of data. It may be numerical data, qualitative, statistic, chart, graph. What way you want to represent, you can represent the result. Whether it is in the graph form, whether it is in the what you can say qualitative data, whether it is quantitative data, what type of data you want to represent, you represent it and see that the reader should understand the result. It should not be in a confusing manner. Always use figures and tables, more number of figures and tables to represent the results, where it will be attracted by the readers. He will not have a large number of time to study all your theory part. Whenever he see the bar graphs, he will understand which compound is active, which compound is inactive. So like that, it should be very much attractive way, it should be very much easy in representation form. Your results should always return in the past tense. So this I got. Always it should, because we have already done the research. So it should be in the form of past tense. These things you should remember. Always your result should be in the form of past tense. While the length of the section depends, while the length of section depends, how much data you collected and analyzed, it should be written as concisely as possible. Don't write complete data. How much number of, what are all the data you don't write. You make it in a concise manner. So, 2 minutes. You make it in a concise manner. Always your results should be in a concise manner. Include results that are directly relevant to answering your research questions. So don't use the words appears, implies, these things don't use. What all the questions have been given, just that the answer should be given in the results. If you have the results, you would like to include, consider adding them to an appendix or footnotes. That's what I told you, spectral data you are keeping, but spectra you are not keeping in the research paper. Proton NMR. So 0.1 to 0.1 delta value. CH3. 6 protons of CH3. Like that you write the things, but don't keep the spectrum. Always if you remember, more number of channels, basically they will not accept to keep your spectra, because more number of figures will be there in your spectra, in your research paper. So always that should be kept in the appendices section. Then always start out with your broadest results first, then flow into your more granular, then relevant ones. More, first you start it in a brief way, that is in a broad results in a brief way, then you go on like that. Like for example, you think of like shoe store. Whenever you want to shoe store, first discuss the shoes as whole, then sneakers, boots, sandals, you can go for that, like that. So in that way your results should be. First quantum of results, then which type, accuracy, precision, robustness, repeatability, all these things. Next. Conclusion part. How to write the conclusion part? The conclusion of research paper will you wrap up your ideas and leave the reader with a strong final impression. So, conclusion is in such a way that you need to give some impression to your reader. You need to give some impression to your reader. Always people try to love the conclusion after abstract. Instead of studying the whole paper, first they will study the abstract, it is very nice, directly some people go for the conclusion. Because you try to impress them in the conclusion. Whenever you try to impress them in the conclusion, your article definitely is useful, it can be cited by that person. It can be cited by that person. So, revisit the introduction. In conclusion, you revisit the introduction. That means what you have done by referencing your introduction. So you remind the reader the problem, the research question. What is research question? So then you summarize your main points. What are all the points you have been done? Concise summary, argument presented, restate your thesis statement and highlight the key findings of that particular research. That means in conclusion what you are doing again? First you are again reminding the problem, then findings of your research, then conclusion of your research. That will be the beauty of conclusion. Don't write just conclusion, I have concluded so and so method is very much important, very much like it should not be like. First, mention the statement of the problem. What type of problem you have been faced, what is the research problem you have been faced during the literature survey. Offer a fresh perspective. That means conclusion is an opportunity to provide a fresh perspective or offer insights that go beyond the main body of the paper. That is leaving the reader with something new to consider. So, whenever you offer a fresh perspective, that is very much important to the reader. Leave the lasting impression. End your conclusion to a thought-provoking statement. So, molecular hybridization is a technique which is used to fuse different heterocyclic moieties which are giving lot of potent antitubercular. This is big thought-provoking. Always people consider on molecular hybridization. If you highlight this type of things, this will leave a lasting impression on the reader, encourage further exploration of the research topic. So, always whenever we see, so there is a professor from JSS Mysore, JSS College Mysore, Gurubhadhyaya, he is a basic chemistry person. Whenever you work on chromogenic reagents in analysis, always concentrate on these papers. That means how much importance he has gained, how much thought-provoking conclusions he is giving during his research. I am very much impressed. After him, I published on chromogenic reagents more than 20 papers. So by taking him as, what you can say? So basically his papers very much informative, very much thought-provoking. Very much thought-provoking. So whenever you study his conclusions, whenever you study his introduction, you will not go a very big number of impact factor papers, just small point by one, like that you will be writing, but very, very excellent. You can also search in the Google Gurubhadhyaya, Professor Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, JSS College of Pharmacy. How to write references? So reference section is very important because whatever the type of different articles you have been referred, that should be cited in the references section. List of sources that has been consulted or cited while conducting the study. So it may be a dissertation, it may be a research paper, it may be a conference paper, whatever it is, you need to cite it. And wherever you have copied the figures, that also should be cited. That also should be cited. If not, copyright will become a problem. To list alphabetically, all the reference materials have been cited in the text of the report, that is referencing your papers. It need to contain all you have cited in the text, what are all the things you have been cited, and should consistently follow one recognizable system. So most of the journals they will give you what type of style they are using. What type of style they are using. So whenever they are using various styles, one particular style, you need to follow that. Most of our academic institutions, most of our academic universities, they use Vancouver style. But whenever you go for different type of publishers like Springer, Bentham Science, they go for APA style. So like that we have lot number of styles. American Psychological Association style, MLA, that is Modern Language Association, Chicago Manual, Harvard, Vancouver, Caribbean, American Chemical Society, American Medical Association, Oxford style. We have lot more number of the reference formats which can be used in the scientific writing or writing the research paper. Using reference manager. So this is very helpful. So different types of reference managers will be there. So based on that reference managers you can also use. So you are not that much aware of various number of reference managers. For the simple way of quoting references, are you aware of Google Scholar? Are you aware of Google Scholar? Just you type the Google Scholar, you type whatever the title you record, more number of things it comes, more number of titles you come. Cite, there is a thing called cite. In that 4 or 5 will be covered. Copy the same thing and paste it. That is a simple way of citing the references. But in EndNote, Manly, JabRef, you can include the citation at the text and the same reference will be noted at the down. That becomes another lecture. So how to use those softwares? That itself takes 1 hour, 1.5 hours to explain. So how to cite the references by using various reference managers. Bendy you have, JabRef you have, EndNote you have, various number of references. So here the sequence should be the alphabetical order, chronological order, what type of order you are using, what type of journals, what type of style they are referring according to them you use. And aware of different styles where references are required for a particular document, this may vary from university to university or paper to paper. Like you cannot keep APA in one reference, you cannot keep MLA in the second one, you cannot keep Bangalore in one. So uniform should be there. One style should be used for the completion of your research paper. So the reference manager is able to change the styles depending upon the source of information, target, where you want to send our document, which type of article you are going to send your document, based on that your reference managers are going to help you. So I have also given you some number of reference managers, JabRef, EndNote, Reference Manager, ProSite, Mendeley. So some may be paid one also, and some may be have also trial versions. For writing one paper, don't always pay for everything. For writing one paper, just install the trial version, write the paper, leave it off. Again, whenever you are going for the second paper, log in with a different mail ID, trial version download, leave that. So you can generate n number of email IDs. There is no, you cannot keeping any amount for that all these things. So every time in one mail ID you generate the trial versions, you complete your work and leave it off. That I can suggest you. And if you want to compare those styles of references, lot of information is given in Wikipedia. So what are the advantages or disadvantages of EndNote? What are the advantages and disadvantages of Mendeley? What are the advantages of JabRef, ProSite? Everything comparisons are being given. You can go through. Which type is useful? Mostly our council people go for Mendeley. How to write appendices? So it is the section at the end of an academic text where you include extra information that does not fit into the main text. So the plural word is appendices. Appendix, appendices. So which does not fit into your main text. That's what I told you. Spectra, dogging study results, coming to a chemistry person. And you can also book QSR studies, molecular modeling studies, only whatever the active information you got, that active component included in the research paper, and remaining all you shift it to the appendices. Tables, figures, there is no limit there. For your appendices, for your research paper, there may be limit. You should have only 4 figures or 4 tables. But for your appendices, there is no limit. N number of your, because you need to convince the reviewer. You need to convince the reviewer by your appendices. By seeing the appendices, by seeing the proof, we should come to your mind that this work has been done originally. The research has been conducted originally. So, people can also accept that particular papers. To present relevant details such as letter to participants, organizations. So, for example, pharmacology people, definitely they need to have animal ethical committee letter in order to conduct the research. That animal ethical committee letter also should include it in the appendices. But I am talking about, again I am telling indexed journals. I always talking about indexed journals. Pediatric journals they never ask you. And normal journals without index also they never ask you the animal ethical committee. The journals which are highly having impact factor and indexed journals they definitely ask you the animal ethical committee, the license number of CSPCA. Relevant documents like reports, policy, historical documents, everything can be included. So 8 steps in writing a research paper. So first you write the title, that will be the heading of your work. It should be very much catchy. It should be very much informative. And by seeing your title, one should know about the research work, what has been included in your research. One should know about the research paper, what are all the types of research has been conducted in your research. Abstract, so don't cross it to more than 150 words. Better it should be in a concise manner. In that concise manner also, you should have methodology of the work, you should have results of the work, you should have conclusion of the work, you should also have title, what you can say, some introductory part of the title of the work. That means it should be in a concise manner that 150 words of your abstract is going to be very much important in order to go for proceeding to study of your research paper or not. Then introduction. So introduction you generally we prefer to write in a paper, one paper, complete the introduction we will write, what are all the different parts of your research, all these things. Methodology, so what type of methodology you have adopted in your research work. Conclusion, then review of related studies. This is a bit new to you. Like you have what type of context you have kept and what is the information data, what is the basis of reference of the data to be included. It's not cited here. This is review of related. That means you, whenever you are writing the paper, you need to review yourself and include in the particular section wherever you want to include it. Recommendations. What to be done, enumerate possible steps to be taken whenever you are going to write the research paper. Bibliography, so you need to list all the type of sources. Complete number of sources should be included in the research paper. Next. See, this is a flow chart, very interesting, all of you can have a glance on this. First draft you prepare, then you revise it into the later drafts. First draft you don't show to anyone. Just you prepare, you check yourself, then you prepare the late, you identify the mistakes, then go for the later drafts. Show to the colleagues. Or you present it at one meeting or wherever. If it is a research proposal, generally we go to present in a internal audit meetings, then get approved by our principal or HOD, then go for the proposals. So revise it, finally you got your final version of your article. Submit to the journal. Once you submit the journal, whether you can have three things. One is reject, one is accept without change, one is accept subject to revision. Three things only are possible once after submission. See, once if your work is rejected, don't be panicked. Don't get gathered up. No, nothing is there. He didn't remove from your job. He didn't remove you from your job, or you did not have much loss. Try to develop your paper. Try to understand the scope of the journal. Where you are. So at starting initial of my PhD time also, I came across these things. Lot of papers got rejected. Nothing happens. Again, you learn many things when your paper gets rejected. What are the drawbacks for the rejection? So where you are still there, you need to improve yourself. This idea you will get whenever the paper is rejected. Without change, if it is accepting means it's very rare. That's what I told. Our pyrazole paper, which is accepted in Russian Journal of Bioorganic Chemistry, without any revision, he has been accepted the paper. Then accept the subject to revision. This is usually happens. You have some questions. What are all the different types or different questions you will be giving? You solve them and again. So again you accept, you submit it, it will be accepted. If it is rejected, you revise it and choose another journal. Don't go for always once if it is rejected, don't go for the same journal. This is very much informative information I am giving you. Always you don't go for the same journal. He will tell you also, include these things and resend it by this time so that we can publish. But don't go. Already he has one type of impression on you on that work. You can submit another work to the same journal. It's a different thing. But on that particular work he has some intention in his mind. So always don't go for that. Go for other journal. That's why I choose another journal. Choose another journal. So accept subject to revision, it's okay. Then finally you will get a published journal, final article that will next. This is very important. So far you might have till now of that presentation, I think you are aware of things. You are aware of how to write introduction, how to write methodology. As all your teachers, you know you have something knowledge of these things. But choosing the right journal is very important, very important in order to choose the right journals. So when to start thinking about the journal? When results are in. That means when your results are written. Don't think of when you have started your research work. Today I have kept some scheme, started some reaction. Don't start selection of journal only. Don't be that much advanced. It's not required. Simply you concentrate on your research first. Then you concentrate on the selection of journal. Once you are ready with your results, Once you are ready with your results, you start your, once you are ready with your results, you go for the selection of the research journal. Before starting to write the manuscript format, the paper by keeping in the mind of one journal. Only one. Don't 2, 2, 3, 3, don't select, don't 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 papers. One journal you select which is fitting to the scope of your work. That journal guidelines you download it as per the guidelines which are given by the publishers. You prepare your manuscript. Prepare your manuscript. Always keep in your mind one journal we need to select. We should not select 2 or 3 journals whenever you are writing a manuscript. Next. Criteria for journal selection. What is the basic criteria? Scope of journal and manuscript. So every journal has its scope. If you study in the journal's homepage section, you will come to know what is the scope of the journal. What is the scope of the journal? Impact factor. This is very important. Impact factor of the journal and indexing of the journal. Whether it is indexed in Scopus, whether it is indexed in SCI, whether it is indexed in Director of Open Access Association journals, whether it is indexed in Web of Science, whether it is indexed in Embase, all these things you see, which type of indexing is there. Then article processing charges. So always my suggestion is don't pay for the journals. So when you need to pay for the journals, once your project is being from any funding agency, like you might have got some fund from any other agencies, then you also, before giving him how much approval you need, how much amount you need to get approval, include the article process charges also in that. And because most of the funded projects, they require open access journals. So even Springer, Bentham Science, these people for open access they will charge. For open access, they will charge with you. Because suppose in Bentham Science, if you like one journal, you need to purchase. But you have some open access journals, already the writer has been paid. In order to make his journal available to all the scientists, where he can get n number of citations. For that purpose. So my suggestion is don't always go for article process charges and other criteria. Scope of the journal. So how to identify the scope of journal? So the scope of the journal will be always mentioned in the website, their particular website. So it helps to look the papers that were published in recent issues. So you can also check the recent papers. For example, today you are writing. Last year papers you check, you can easily understand the scope of that particular journal. Then select a journal that closely matches your paper. So what all the scope of that particular journal is completely matching your manuscript. Those type of journals you select. Look out the reference list to identify them. I already told you during the during the literature survey. You look out the reference list to identify the journals. So whenever you just you have collected n number of journal papers, so you will get n number of journals also. You will get n number of journals also. From that also you select one journal and see all whether it is indexed, whether it is whether the scope is matching. Because see, once you selected one particular paper for your research, that indirectly tells you that that particular journal's scope is matching your manuscript. Did you got it? So once you are selecting, suppose you have selected one research paper that is matching to your manuscript, that is matching to your research work, that indirectly matches the scope of the journal. Your paper is going to match that particular scope of the journal because you already got a paper from the journal. So like that, you get a reference list to identify the journals. Indexing. So indexing plays an important role nowadays. So without indexing, most of the institutions or most of PhD students cannot submit their thesis to the universities. And once if you submit your paper in indexed journals, it is worth identifying scientist. You will be considered as worth identifying scientist. You will get some n number of citations. Suppose if you publish in very good journals only, you will be considered as you will be recognized as a good potential scientist. Good potential scientist. Like you have DOAG, that is Director of Open Access Journals, and you have PubMed, you have SCA Index, Embase, Scopus, Web of Science. These are the prominent for our pharmacy. Most of departments will use these things, but our pharmacy, mostly we are into the SCA, we are into the Scopus, we are into the Web of Science. Most of the things. And even whenever you see the Scopus and Web of Science, most of universities are keeping a rule to submit the doctoral thesis. If you publish your paper in Scopus and Web of Science only, you are eligible to submit your thesis. Impact factor. So the impact factor is defined as number of average citations received over the previous years. So how many number of citations? Based on the number of citations of the papers which are included in the journals, based on that only your journal will be getting one impact factor. Okay, so impact factor is indicating the quality of the journal. That itself indicates a quality. So it's not like we need to be always back of impact factors, but nowadays it is required. You should have a good impact factor. It should be indexed in journal. Then only the journal, the paper will have some value. The paper will have some value. And the international indicator of it is also considered to be an international indicator of the quality of the journal, and it is revised annually. Every year, based on the number of citations which are getting from those journals, they will be revising the impact factor. So based on, always remember, impact factor is considered based on the citations. Based on the number of citations which have been received from the other papers. Next. Article processing charges. I always prefer to you, no charge. I always prefer no charge. I always recommend no charge. Charges only if the paper exceeds a certain length or has a color or figures. Don't go for those journals also. We have appendices. We have a beautiful column called as appendices. In that you can include. Why do you include all the extra tables, graphs in that paper and paying and publishing the paper? It's not required. Open access fee if the author chooses. This is there. Open access fee. I also always tell you, whenever you want to go for open access fee, whenever you select the option called open access. So when you get fund from a different agency, when your work is a funded work, when your project is a funded project, you include this fees also in that funded project and publish. If not, don't go for the open access because it will be in thousands and lakhs. And sometimes there is also one thing, as sir, we can also make it to the publisher that I am in a standalone college. So you tell me, what it is, you request me that I cannot afford this much amount for open access, but my paper is having very much informative content so that it helps to the public, to help the readers to conduct the research studies. You write a mail or you just communicate them. Sometimes they also accept to publish your work as open access. That's what I do. One work we have written a letter for Russian Journal of Bioorganic Chemistry. They are given open access. But the same Russian Journal of General Chemistry didn't give open access. For one work he has given because it was very much informative. He himself studied the paper. He identifies that whether the paper is useful to the researchers and audience without. So many people cannot offer dollars together in order to buy your papers, isn't it? So at that time it works out. If you try it, nothing wrong with it, isn't it? Just sitting in your cabin and keeping your mail. Then submission fee. I always prefer to don't go to this type of journals. There are some journals, just for submission also they are collecting some $100 to $150. Just the submission. Later you may reject your work. Just to submitting the paper, they are collecting. These are called very worst predatory journals. There may be good journals also, but don't go. Why to go to that way? Why before publishing, before acceptance only, why you are spending money $100 to $150? What is required? Nothing is required for those type of journals. You don't prefer. You just keep it away. Charges of all articles. What are all the different charges you see before selecting? Behavior of certain countries are types. Yes, there will also be a section. So for these type of countries, there is a fee barrier. For those also you can write. When planning and publication cost to the budget. So when planning only, if you want to publish in open access, you just add this cost to the budget and give the budget proposal to the research community or research organization, where the funded organization which is you are going to receive the funds. And there is also one option. When I was doing the same PhD, there was no time. I need to publish very faster. I have selected International Journal of Pharmaceutical Investigation. He is charging 10,000 rupees per paper, generally. I selected, there was no way. But I got an idea. I have written, sir, I am working in one private college where I cannot afford this much amount to publish a paper, and I already back off my doctorate program, so already 1 year has been wasted. So please look into this matter and do it. I have written request letter. The same behavior has been given. And so, see, like that, you try. First you try yourself, or even give discount. If it is an urgency manner, these things you can try it out. Next. Other criteria, you always concentrate on target audience. So target audience are very much important in selection of journal. Like, how many number of people are referring those journals? Cite, it will be in citation index. It will be in the citation index. So based on that. Then published by reputed academic societies, publishers, institutions. So it may be ICMR, IAP, APAB, Springer, Elsevier. These are the very good publishers which are going to publish quality papers. Publications of the prior papers on the subjects. So priorly what type of publications they have been published? Experience, that is personal or from colleagues. Suppose you have colleagues who are very seniors, you take help of them, whether I am sending to this journal, so whether it is a good journal or not, and what type, they might have got a lot of experience, whether in the form of rejection, in the form of acceptance, in the form of fee, like that, so you can take the experiences. Peer review turnaround time, this is very important. Peer review turnaround time is time between submission of paper to journal and reviewer comments. If it is 6 months, 8 months, don't go for those journals. Minimum 4 months, 3 months, every journal will take if it is a free access journals. But more than 6 months it is waste. And queuing time is nothing but article accepted by journal but not appearing in the website as published article. This is also, don't do those type of things. Then age of journal. Age of journal is indicator of reliability and quality. Very good journals. I always, if you are a chemistry people, I don't know how many chemistry people are there here, always go for Russian journals. They are very free, good impact factor, and fast publications. Palladius publications. My papers, all papers are in Russian. Then age of journal, indicator of reliability and quality. Then consensus of all authors. So consent of all authors. All authors, you request them that these type of papers I am going to publish. This journal I am going to publish my paper. You just take the consent from all the people, from all the authors who are there. Then you go for a particular journal. Next. Predatory journals. I also want to tell you about this. Predatory journal is defined as which has one of the following characteristics. Waste journals. Nowadays you may be getting UGC approved journal, large number of mails you may be getting. 2 days, 3 days it will be published. Don't go for those journals. My personal request is, it's a waste of time. It is not indexed in Scopus. It is not UGC indexed also. duplicate number that fellow will be giving and he is telling UGC index. I also tell you how to identify whether it is predatory journal or not. I also have a slide. So prioritize self-interest at expense of scholarship. False or misleading information through mails, through advertisements. We don't want to, if you want to publish, you need to be back of journals. He should not be back of you. Whether he is back of you means he is for the money. Deviation from best editorial and publication practices. They are very much deviating. Lack of transparency. First we will say this much amount. Later again we say, again if you want to have DOI, if you want certificate, pay this much. Frequently you will be getting mails and calls. Aggressive and discriminate solicitation practices. These are all sending mails, calling you, all these are called as solicitation practices. Be aware of predatory journals. So if you click that link, you will get a list. That is Jeffrey Beer's list, predatory journals, where you must be safe from these journals. Should be avoid these journals. UGC K-List also have the predatory journals list. If you go to the UGC website also, you will get the predatory journals list. So please don't go to those journals, don't refer those journals, don't select the journal for your research work. Next. How to identify the predatory journal? Types of articles published, you select, you see what are the types of articles, what is the quality of the article, what is the quality of the research. It itself gives you an idea. No specific scope, broad scope will be given, life sciences. So physics person will publish, chemistry person will publish, pharmacy person will publish, biology person will publish, English person will, all will publish in that journal. Multidisciplinary, the scope will be multidisciplinary. Multidisciplinary means everyone will publish. If you have it, will not have any value. Peer review services, robust and reliable. Transparent fee policy. There should be always transparent fees there. Some index journals also collecting fee. I am not going, I am not what you can say, insulting those journals, I am not complaining on those journals. If you are collecting fee, it should be transparent. Transparency should be there. Website and contact information, indexing, editorial board. You also check with editorial board. Sometimes editorial board also makes you fool. Because, for example, your professor name is there. Without his consent, someone might have kept his name in the editorial board. Those things are also happening. What do you think? Our professor is there, senior professor is very good in research. He is the editorial board of that member of that particular journal, so I can publish. This also gives you false information. Practical guidance in choosing the right journal. How to choose the right journal. So these are all the different links I have given. Whenever you click these links, you can select the good journals. You can get the list of good indexed journals. Good indexed impact factor journals. Practical approach. So prepare list of journals in descending order of impact factor. Always don't go with ascending order. Go with descending order. Then apply this flow chart. So journal within Scopus, indexed, PubMed or Scopus. If it is yes, see the charges. Then target audience, turnaround time and others. If it is less than impact factor, it will be a second preference. It will be more than impact factor 2, it will be the first preference. Like the 2 side. So if it is not indexed one, predatory journal, even though it is predatory journal, you identify whether it is predatory journal or not. If it is predatory journal, you avoid. Better to avoid. If it is not predatory journal, make it as a last preference. Make it as a, even though it is not indexed, sometimes you require number of papers. And your research work is not that much quality research work in order to publish in good indexing papers. At that time, see that it is not indexed, but it should also not be a predatory. It should be also not a predatory journal. After submission, first point is dealing with rejection. That's what I told you. Don't be very much panic. Don't be very much dull. Don't disturb yourself whenever the journal is rejected. No problem. You learn new things whenever it is rejected. You learn where you are lack, what you need to develop. These things you can have whenever your paper is rejected. Dealing with comments, yes, if you have some comments, you just make a note on the comments. And reducing downtime, so how you can reduce the downtime, like next option. Okay, what do you think of the next option? Internal transfers by journal. So for example, it is a group of journal. My paper is rejected with Russian Journal of Bioorganic Chemistry. It is having 2 impact factor. Go with Russian Journal of General Chemistry. It has 1 impact factor. Internal transfers. Some formatting requirements. So you do the formatting requirements, rinse and repeat. Definitely you need to repeat. Don't be idle. Don't be idle. One of my rejected paper I want to show you. This is my rejected paper from medicinal chemistry research. It is 2.5 impact factor. Same, you can see the title here. Synthesis, antitubercular evaluation, molecular docking study and teratogenicity studies of novel triazolo-quinazoline hybrids. When it was sent? 18th July 2023. When I have got the status? Within 2 days. Select this type of journals. Either it is rejecting or it is accepting. So when I got 20 July 2023, 2 days, it is rejected. And then he has given some story. So it is not some molecular modeling should be studied. Still docking should be performed. A lot number of techniques should be performed. You perform all those things and submit. I can send the same journal, but I don't want to send the journal. It is 2.6. What was 2.6 was the impact factor. Then I selected 1.8. Rejected paper sent to different journal of same Springer publication. That was Springer, this was Springer. With less impact, just my impact factor has been reduced, that's all. But paper got accepted. Synthesis, antitubercular evaluation, molecular modeling study, teratogenicity studies of novel triazolo-quinazoline hybrids. Same paper with some modifications. I have sent. See, when I got rejected letter, 20 I got the rejected letter. When I have sent this, even should not be panic. Immediate next day I have sent it. Immediate day. Don't waste the time. So my journal got rejected, no. Select the other journal immediately. I have 24 hours time. They done modifications. Immediately, July 21st. The next day itself I have sent. Revised in the September 22, 2023, accepted on the 25, 2023. Impact factor has been reduced, that's all. But the publications is same. Springer publications only. But I didn't leave the medicinal chemistry research. Next what I have done? Current drug targets I have selected. Current drug targets is Bentham publication, which is 3 impact factor. Recently I have sent that paper and got published. Next. These are some of our publications. That was novel triazolo-quinazoline, that was Russian Journal of Chemistry, the recent paper I have shown. This is without any query, accepted paper, purely pyrazolo-quinoline hybrids. Without any queries, just we got that particular paper. So July 2022 I have sent it, August 30 it has been revised. Review and September 5th has been published. Then the novel, this is analytical work we have published in Royal Society of Chemistry. This is in current pharmaceutical analysis, that is Bentham Science only, and this one is in Bentham Science Publishers only, chemistry work, and this is in from that Pharmaceutica, analytical work. Next. So recently I told you now, current drug targets. Medicinal chemistry research was 2.6. Slowly I increased my impact factor to 3. So this is 3 impact factor. It is still in the press, accepted. So microwave assisted green synthesis review article we have published. Writing review article is very tough than the research article. So it was an approach for the development of antitubercular agents. Next. So this is a book we have published, Research Methodology by Walnut Publication. It is available in Amazon also. Next. Thank you. Any questions?
just have one question, sir.
Oh, sure, sir.
I was listening to each and every word of you. Thank you very much for the information.
Thank you, sir.
But only thing which I was curious about. One of the journals, the research work was not accepted.
Yes.
And you send the same work to others. So how can you justify this that someone has rejected our work and the other one is accepted?
Yes. Our previous work was not related to the scope of the journal. Even though it is same Scopus publishing, this is also Scopus publishing, but medicinal chemistry research people are giving more importance to the in vivo in vitro studies. Molecular docking studies, in detailed molecular docking study we want. But whenever you come to the Russian journals, he is much concentrated on your wet lab. If you just give a glance of your molecular docking also, no problem. But he is much concentrated on the wet lab. That's why I told you, always we need to be, whenever you are selecting the journal, you need to concentrate on the scope of the journal. Both are Springer only, but the impact factor is less.
But the work what you have done is genuine work.
Yes.
The only thing is it does not match with the scope of the journal.
That's all. That's what molecular docking he want, molecular modeling he want, very deeper molecular docking. I was not that much perfect of molecular docking. Even though if I give someone outside, then I do. But I don't want to spend money. So, better select for the journal which have less impact factor. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mike.
Yes.
How can we select the topic for the review article? Because there is a lot of saturation with the topics.
Yeah. Review articles.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of review articles which are already published. So how can we take any idea?
See, in the aspect of chemistry, I can say.
Yes, sir.
I'm not from chemistry, I'm from pharmaceutics.
Sudix, okay. So I can say from the aspect of pharmaceutical chemistry itself, of general analytical purpose also. Whenever you go with technique, it gives you a lot of scope for the review journals. Technique is very important whenever you go with review journals, review articles. But whenever you go with methods, so for example in chemistry, you will have n number of articles. Always you go with targets. Targets are very important whenever you are going for the review. Targets means biological targets. If you are going to mycobacterium tuberculosis, INHA, what different type of drugs are going to select the targets. In that way you revise. 200, 300 articles, you collect it and you can write the review paper. The only thing is very much importance in the review articles is paraphrasing. And representation of your paper. Representation. See, what idea that review article gives? Review article is giving an idea of the work till where the work has been done on that particular area. That you need to concentrate on that, that's all. No need to go for all other concentration works. You need to only concentrate on till where the work has been done. That's all.
For chemistry perspective, that was okay, but for pharmaceutics.
Pharmaceutics I am not aware.
Okay, sir. And as you were telling about
Pharmaceutics also you can go for polymers.
Actually, there are novel drug delivery systems, but even though those are there, that is saturated. Everything they are writing review paper.
Review papers.
Yes.
Even if they see one thing, you don't consider all the predatory journals. The review articles also, you select a proper journal. Those papers you look into it. Even though if it is published one, see, for example, 2022 he may have published. No, 2025. You include till 2025. You make a title from 22 to 25. That also gives, so you gives you information. You can also publish it in the form of short communication. You can also publish it in the form of review article. Nothing wrong with it.
And about the impact factor, what would be the good impact factor number? Range.
See, for our level, for our standalone colleges, one is more than enough. Really, if you are publishing in one thing, it's very great.
It's a
Generally, universities, government funded projects, they try to publish in 3 or 4 like. But if in our level, working in our standalone colleges, with this much amount of load, all these things, if you publish in one impact factor journal also, it is fine.
last question, sir. How do you select the journal paper? Actually, when we used to publish the paper, our guide used to tell we are going to publish in this, then we used to publish.
That's why you should not leave it on the decision on the guide.
Yes,
You need
now
to
we are
check.
understanding that.
You need to check. That's what I told you. Whenever you are collecting the literature survey, there only you are getting lot of information on journals. You just study the scope first. You see whether it is indexed. You see whether it is read by more number of people or not. What are the target audience who are reading? And you also you also check the dates. When the paper has been sent, when it was accepted, when it was published, and for many journals they will be giving you decision time. In the home page itself, 4 days, 5 days. For National Research, decision time was 4 days. See, proof also I have given. Within 2 days he has sent. 2 days. Those journals, even less impact factor journals also have those. Many journals have. The links I have given, you go to the links, you will get n number of papers. Journals.
We should be going individually to the journal page and seeing the scope
Yes.
the
Individually is better.
summarized list of journals.
Summarized list you might have, but you will not have impact factor. They will be giving some impact factor changes every year. So definitely you need to go to the home of the journal whenever you are selecting. See, how to select is first you select 15 journals. From 15 you will want one. It is easy to see the home pages of 15 rather than hundreds. Understand or not? Those scope of those 15 you study. Then what are all the impact factors? Where it is excited? All these things you check it out. It's better.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Myself Sanaa Yasmin, I am coming from pharmaceutical chemistry background.
Yeah.
So I just found out that you have found like what is the tool you use to find I know about the hyphenated techniques also. You just said LC and MS. So how do you decide what to what tool you take help of to make a combination of heterocyclics?
Nothing to
Any tool.
required based on the previous past literature survey. Nothing is required based on past literature survey. You can use in the reaction only. Nothing tool is there. Don't go with complication of molecular modeling, molecular darking. See, nowadays people are more concentrated on molecular darking, molecular modeling. The same results you are not getting in the synthesis.
Yes.
Understand or not?
Exactly.
So based on literature survey, see for example what I have used, dinidone I have used, aromatic aldehyde I have used, 3-amino pyrazole I have used. That gives you pyrazole quinoline derivative. Whenever you react 3 multi-component reaction, you will get one moiety. In that you have quinoline pyrazole. Later I have introduced furan. That becomes furanil pyrazole quinoline. Nothing to is there, just the normal our regular reactions based on the literature. See, in our chemistry, what will be the change? First, substitutions will be the change. First step, definitely you need to refer what other papers have been referred. Then you modify yourself based on the activities, based on the functional groups which you want to introduce into that particular heterocyclic model. That's it. Yes. Extensive literature survey. Right.
Sir, which one has a big impact or great impact? Whether we should publish the paper or we should represent the paper in conference?
Always publish the papers. See, conference is a limited audience. Presentation, and nowadays presentation and conference, and they are also publishing it. Those type of things are very good. But publishing your paper will be read by n number of audience. But in conference proceeding, in conference you are presenting your paper, it is to a limited audience. It is to a limited audience. But if that conference is ISBN or ISSN associated conference, no problem. It's good. If it is ISBN or ISSN, definitely that whatever presentation you have done will also be published. See, once, for example, you have sent the abstract to one particular conference, and I am talking about some international conference, good conferences. So what we will tell, once it is accepted, again you need to tell, send the full length of the paper, which will be published in the conference proceedings. That is also good. Publishing in normal, going in a normal way, publishing to conference is also very good. Whenever you have the conference proceedings with ISSN number. Only presenting the conference without any ISSN number is of no use.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I belongs to Family Department, sir. Yeah. There was one general question, sir, regarding the author's point of view.
Yes.
Because every article will have more than 5 or more than 6 authors, and majority of the articles will have the different affiliations also.
Yes.
So one author will be from Maharashtra, and one will be from Karnataka or some other state.
Even my papers have had.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So general aspect, a general point of view, how can we correlate the different affiliations within the same research paper?
See, it's not like that. Always you remember it is called as group work.
Yes.
It's always called as group work. See, I don't have time. I will do the research and send the. For example, my friend is working in some Century University. I always keep his name because he helped me out in interpretations. It's not only doing research and getting name of yourself. He helps in interpretations. That means free NMR he will take, free IR he will take, free mass he will take from his university. He himself interprets and send me the result. Definitely I can include his name. Suppose I don't have time, I have heavy academic schedule. He is also a good scientist. I completely send the raw data to him, tell him to write the paper. That name also will get included. Group of work. But whenever you go with PhD papers, definitely there will be a research panel which will be given by the university. Without any single contribution also, you should include. There is no way else. I have included.
So inclusion of the names will be completely depends on the contribution.
That's all. But whenever you are performing your PhD, that does not depend upon the contribution, it is depending upon their institute, they will give the research committee names. No way for us, we need to.
Yeah, one author can contribute on the results and one author can have the summary.
Even now, see.
One author can have the methodologies.
Like that. See, skilled works. So for example, I am very much weak in molecular docking, to be frank. I take help of others. Simple docking I can do, but more into the molecular modeling I am not aware of those things. So I can take help of others. Definitely I can include his name as he helped from my research.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, what criteria we need to consider while mentioning in the ranking of authors? Like
That's what. Lot of work if he has done, you keep it as second author. Least work if he has done, you keep it as last author. That's all.
it's all
Always make sure that corresponding author, original research work, if it is yours research work, you be the corresponding author. See, for my papers, most of the papers I am the corresponding author because it's my own research. How can I keep the other person as corresponding author? Corresponding author and first author may be different, may be same. No problem. May be different, may be same. Corresponding author meaning is all the communications will be coming to you. Generally, whenever we are doing PhDs, the guide will be as a corresponding author, but I didn't accept for my PhD. I myself was the corresponding author. Yes.
What is the difference in aspects between the gender and the systematic?
Systematic review letter. Systematic review letter is a part of journal only. See, journal publishes short communication, review letters, review papers, research papers. It's a part of journal. That's why you have different things like whenever you are going for review of literatures, primary, secondary, tertiary. So primary means basically dissertations, research papers, all these things come. Secondary means conference, proceedings, all these things come. Tertiary means review letters, newspaper clippings, all these comes under the tertiary. Whenever you are searching the literature, sir, groups. Any more?
Sir, to what extent can we use AI tools?
So that is a different way. Again, I have in JNU, JNU Sultanpur, we have given up that AI only. AI tools we can use. AI tools you can use. It's not that you should not use, but for some purpose. See, for example, you are unable to do anything. So, but my sincere suggestion is, don't use that ChatGPT, don't use that paraphrasing ChatGPT. These things you never go. Simple language if you write also, they will accept your paper. Simple normal language if you write also, this comes on experience. You need to study the various number of research papers, then you come to one experience. Nowadays, no one, all are fan of AI. But AI is more important in drug discovery, not in writing a research paper. Nowadays, plagiarism is also, softwares are developed in such a way that AI detected plagiarism, where also you will be caught. He is giving you separate how much type of AI you have used, that much for plagiarism also you are getting. So there itself your paper gets, and he clearly gives you this much percentage of AI you have used, that's why we are rejecting the paper. For chemistry people, in order to avoid plagiarism, I can say use ChemSketch or ChemDraw.
Life Science, Associate Professor in Jupla, and really it is one sort of a good information for us, for our faculty. Frankly speaking, so in our college, we are not doing any sort of research work or publication work. Simply it is a copy paste, collecting from others and testing. But looking your work and your complete explanation really will be added advantage for our institute as well as for our faculty. Definitely sir, we will call you, and we will make a small team also for the paper publication team, one team, and if any difficulty, that team will face any sort of a difficulty, immediately they will approach you. That is one. One small thing at the beginning sir has told, you don't see it is a work is positive or negative. If it is negative also, you are going to go publish, and positive also you are going. Because this is our mindset. We want a positive way only. And if you are not finding, we will find out one unwanted ways, we will find out that we will not be sure that this is a positive one. One small incident, 15 years back, I met one scientist, still he is alive, and he is in JNU University. I'm forgetting his name actually, but he was the director, distance education director he was. He was working on paracetamol. Because you know that this paracetamol is the only drug right now is available to reduce the elevated body temperature. It is started from the 100 mg to 250 mg and 500 mg, 650 mg, now it is increased, and he was working on that point. So once they used 1000 mg, immediately they found that it creating a cirrhosis, liver cirrhosis. Okay, but they don't want to go for this negative way, that one is it. They want a positive way only. But once they found liver cirrhosis is occurring because of the 1000 mg using in that moment, and immediately he published that paper and become a well-known scientist. It is a negative report because they want to find out the positive, how best we can use the paracetamol. But finally they found that the paracetamol creating is cirrhosis, liver cirrhosis, if as the dose increases, it is given. After that, immediately the paracetamol, use of paracetamol is reduced now. They are avoiding in children actually. They don't want to give the paracetamol. So this is 15 years back story it was that. Can anybody tell that one is which drug is a fast moving drug at present? Fast moving drug. No, not paracetamol. Any category, it is a worldwide, it is a fast moving drug. Fast moving, I am not asking name. Which category? It is a hypertensive, diabetic, anti-infective. Which one is? 1 minute. Antibiotics you are taking. Antibiotics. This is called anti-infective. Not only biotic, okay? Antiviral is also called anti-infective. Anti-inflammatory. Anybody? Now, at present, the fast moving drug is weight reducing drug. You may laugh, but this is the fast moving drug. You go and find out that one. And one company, Eli Lilly, have you heard about that? Yes. And Novo Nordisk. These are the two major companies are there worldwide, which is producing a weight loss drug. And Eli Lilly, that his name is no, I'm forgetting. That is a peptide group. One compound is there. Name is Mounjaro something is MULO Mounjaro. You just type and you find Mounjaro. Eli Lilly product is there. Within 3 months they have sold that molecule $27 billion. $27 billion. The figure will not fit in our mind actually. By taking up our example of our population 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion. The drug they are selling $27 billion within 3 months, and they are expecting that $100 billion will reach in 2030. They are going to do the business for that money. Only want to that how the scope index and this impact factor is to मालूम करने में काफी टाइम लगेगा. What is this? Which one will be the best one? And how to publish and all those things. So, by this few words, and really it is a good session for especially teaching fertility. It is a valuable session for us. Thank you very much, sir. Once again, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot for coming, and it was very mind-blowing session I had. So very nice of you. You came on a single request, and our faculty has really they have been blessed with your knowledge, and surely we will be in touch, and faculty also will be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your expertise and giving us wide-ranging view on successful scientific writing and publishing. We are extremely thankful to you, sir, for the wealth of knowledge that you have provided us on your publications too. Now I call upon Dr. Fazlur Rahman, sir, coordinator of the program, Faculty Development Program, Dr. C.H. Naveen Kumar, sir, and Dr. Usman Ahmed, sir, to felicitate our today's resource speaker, Dr. N. Raghavendra Babu, sir.